They did it again. They actually did it again. WWE just let another cowardly attack happen right under their noses, and I'm sick of watching this company protect the wrong people while their top stars get jumped like it's some back alley brawl. LA Knight, the most over superstar on the entire roster, the guy who gets louder pops than your precious golden boys, just got absolutely demolished by a masked coward, and then the Vision comes out to finish the job like some vulture picking at bones. And you want to know the worst part? Creative sat in a room, looked at each other, and said, "Yeah, this is perfect television. I'm about to expose everything wrong with this storyline, why this is a slap in the face to every single person who chants yeah in that arena, and how WWE is repeating the same mistakes that made us despise the product before." If you're as angry as I am, smash that like button, drop a comment telling me I'm not crazy, and subscribe because I'm not holding back anymore. Hit that notification bell because tomorrow I'm dropping the receipts on who I think is under that mask, and you're not ready. Let me paint you the picture of what happened on Monday Night Raw, and I need you to understand the disrespect on every level. LA Knight just finished a match, giving these people exactly what they paid to see, putting on a clinic like he does every single week, carrying segments that would die with anyone else on the microphone. The man is drenched in sweat, he's exhausted, he's done his job at a level that 90% of that roster can't touch. And what happens? Some masked nobody slides into the ring and starts beating him down like Knight owes him money. But here's where it gets absolutely infuriating: security doesn't rush the ring. The locker room doesn't empty out. The referees are looking around like lost puppies. And this masked attacker gets to have his moment, gets to stand tall, gets to make a statement on LA Knight's back. Then, as if that wasn't disrespectful enough, out comes the Vision. "Oh, I'm sorry, we're supposed to be scared now," and he delivers some cryptic promo about destinies and reckonings while Knight is laid out like yesterday's trash. Are you kidding me right now? LA Knight has been the most consistently electric performer on Monday Night Raw for months. Every single week, this man goes out there and reminds everyone why professional wrestling works. He cuts promos that make you feel something. He gets reactions that your chosen ones would kill for. He connects with the audience on a level that you can't manufacture, you can't script, you can't force. And this is how you book him? Getting jumped by a masked goon and then turned into a stepping stone for the Vision's dark and mysterious character that nobody asked for. Let me tell you what really happened here. Creative looked at LA Knight, a guy who got himself over, who fought through every obstacle, who clawed his way to relevance despite being buried on NXT, despite being given nothing and making it everything, and they said he's too over. He's getting more reactions than the people we want to push. Let's humble him. Let's remind everyone that we control the narrative. This masked attacker angle? It's not about making Knight look vulnerable or building sympathy. It's about taking him down a peg because God forbid someone succeeds without kissing the ring first. And don't even get me started on the Vision. Oh wow, another mysterious character with a dark past who speaks in riddles and is supposed to be intimidating. How original. How groundbreaking. We've never seen this before, right? It's not like we've had The Fiend, and Bray Wyatt, and Karrion Kross, and Aleister Black, and literally a dozen other spooky characters who all had the same supernatural nonsense that eventually goes nowhere. But sure, let's do it again, and let's sacrifice LA Knight's momentum to do it. You want to know why this makes me furious? Because the Vision hasn't earned this. He hasn't put in the work that Knight has. He hasn't connected with the audience. He hasn't proven that he can carry a segment without smoke machines and dramatic lighting. But because someone backstage thinks he has the look or the presence, we're supposed to just accept that he's on Knight's level? That he deserves to get this spotlight by jumping him after a match? That's not heat, that's X-rated heat. That's change the channel heat. That's I don't care about either of these guys now heat. If you're watching this and your blood is boiling like mine, drop a comment right now. Tell me I'm speaking facts. Smash that like button if you're tired of WWE wasting LA Knight. And subscribe because I'm tracking this storyline every single week, and I'm going to hold them accountable for every stupid decision they make. Here's what makes this worse: we've seen this playbook before. Remember when they did this to Cody Rhodes? Oh wait, no, they protected Cody. They built stories around him carefully. They made sure every angle elevated him. But LA Knight? Nah, he's not the guy they want, so he gets the let's cool him off treatment. Remember when Zack Ryder got himself insanely over and they punished him for it? Remember when Damian Sandow was connecting with audiences and they turned him into a comedy act? Remember when Cesaro was getting Cesaro-sectioned chants and they did nothing with it? This is the same pattern. WWE has a history of sabotaging people who get over organically because it doesn't fit their predetermined plan. They want to control every aspect of who gets cheered, who gets booed, who gets pushed, who gets buried. And when someone like LA Knight breaks through despite their lack of support, they panic. They can't have someone succeeding outside their carefully constructed narrative, so they course correct by having him get jumped by masked nobodies and fed to whatever new project they're trying to get off the ground. And let's talk about this masked assailant for a second, because I know you're all wondering who it is, and I know creative thinks they're being so clever with this mystery. Let me tell you something, we don't care about mystery for mystery's sake anymore. We're not children. We have the internet. We have spoilers. We have critical thinking skills. A masked attacker only works if the reveal means something, if the payoff is worth the wait, if the person under the mask has a legitimate grievance with LA Knight that makes narrative sense. But you know what's going to happen? It's going to be some NXT call-up who we've never heard of, or it's going to be someone from Knight's past that requires us to remember some throwaway storyline from 3 years ago, or worse, it's going to be someone completely random, and they'll just explain it away with a 2-minute promo about respect or opportunity or some other generic motivation that could apply to literally anyone. The formula is tired. The execution is lazy. And using LA Knight, one of your most valuable assets, as the victim in this paint-by-numbers angle is criminal. This man should be in the world title picture. He should be main eventing premium live events. He should be getting the royal treatment that you give to your top guys. But instead, he's getting jumped after matches and turned into a plot device for the Vision's character development. Let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. When was the last time WWE took their most over babyface and had him get attacked by a masked person, only for it to lead to something good for that babyface? When was the last time this angle actually elevated the person getting jumped instead of just cooling them off and transferring heat to the attacker? I'll wait. Drop your answers in the comments, because I genuinely can't think of a single time this worked out well for the victim. And the Vision standing overnight, cutting that promo about seeing the future and ending the night's crusade, give me a break. That's not intimidating. That's not cool. That's cringe. It's 2024 going into 2025, and we're still doing the mysterious villain speaks in metaphors character? We're still pretending that vague threats and cryptic warnings are compelling television? The audience is smart now. We want real motivations. We want believable conflicts. We want characters with depth, not just guys in masks who talk like they're auditioning for a Christopher Nolan movie. If you're angry about how they're treating LA Knight, if you're sick of these repetitive storylines, if you want WWE to do better, then comment below. Tell them how you feel. Like this video so it reaches more people. Subscribe so we can build a community that demands better. And share this with every wrestling fan you know, because we need to make noise about this. Here's the reality that WWE doesn't want to admit: LA Knight doesn't need this storyline. He doesn't need to be jumped by masked attackers. He doesn't need to be fed to the Vision. He doesn't need character development through getting his butt kicked. You know what he needs? A microphone, an opponent, and 20 minutes to do what he does better than almost anyone on the roster. That's it. That's the formula. Let the man talk. Let the man wrestle. Let the man be the star that the audience has already decided he is. But no, we can't have that, because it's too simple. Because it doesn't involve smoke and mirrors and shocking moments that you can clip for social media. Because God forbid we just let someone be over and run with it instead of complicating everything with unnecessary angles that nobody asked for. And mark my words, here's how this is going to play out. They're going to drag this masked attacker mystery out for weeks, maybe months. They're going to have the Vision cut increasingly ridiculous promos that mean nothing. They're going to have LA Knight hunting for answers while getting attacked repeatedly. Then, when they finally reveal who the masked person is, it's going to be underwhelming. The crowd is going to be confused or indifferent. And then they'll move on to the next thing without ever giving Knight his moment of victory, his moment of revenge, his moment of triumph that would actually complete the story. I've seen this movie before. I know how it ends. And I'm tired of watching talented people get wasted on half-baked angles that serve no purpose except to fill television time until we get to the real stories featuring the real stars that management actually cares about. Comment right now if you agree. Like if you're as frustrated as I am. Subscribe if you want me to keep calling out this nonsense. Because I promise you, I'm not stopping. I'm going to follow this story every single week, and I'm going to document every single mistake, every single wasted opportunity, every single moment where they could have done something great with LA Knight but chose to do something mediocre instead. The worst part, and this is what really gets under my skin, is that this could be good. If they actually had a plan, if the Vision is someone who matters, if the masked attacker reveal pays off, if they let Knight get his revenge in a meaningful way, then maybe this could work. But based on track record, based on history, Based on every other time they've done this exact angle, we have no reason to believe they'll stick the landing. So here we are, watching one of the most talented, most over, most valuable superstars on the roster get beaten down week after week while management scratches their heads wondering why ratings aren't where they want them to be. Maybe just maybe if you pushed the people the audience actually likes instead of forcing your pet projects down our throats, you'd have better results. Just a thought. If you made it this far, you're real. Drop yeah in the comments. Smash that like button until it breaks. Subscribe and turn on notifications because tomorrow's video is going to blow your mind. I'm revealing my theory on who the masked attacker is, and I have evidence that nobody else is talking about. Share this video with every LA Knight fan, every frustrated WWE fan, every person who's sick of watching talent get wasted. We're building something here, and I need you to be part of it. The wrestling world needs to hear this. Now go.